Welcome back to episode 16 of FTB Infinity Evolved, Expert Mode. And I'm out in the garden, orchard I suppose you should call it, just collecting more wood. Why? You're about to find out. I said last episode we're going to be getting on with autocrafting, I believe, and probably ore processing too. I'm just going to need some wood before we do that, and this one tree provides lots. Hopefully you've also been enjoying the start of my other series, the Autocraft tutorial and the Space Engineers series. Feel free to take a look at them on the channel if you haven't already, and do let me know, obviously, if you like those. So this should be the final tree I need. And lots of apples. Alright, let's get back inside and get started. What we need to start autocrafting, and this grass keeps growing back. So we need to start autocrafting, and I should get those, but I'll get them later. Here's a couple of items. First of all, I'm going to need to clear some space, and I've done that downstairs off camera, so you don't have to watch me, laboriously do that. Let me just put these back in here for the moment. We need, a special type of pipe from the logistics pipes, and that is here. It's called a crafting logistics pipe. Well, we'll start with the Mark 1, and that needs stone gear, basic logistics pipe, and redstone. So let's just get one of those. Let's see, pipe. In fact, let's get no, just one will do for now. And we also want some redstone. Just one of, and I think I've got some stone gears in my golden bag of holding, just in case. Yeah, I do. And we'll put those in here as well. And we want a recipe like this. And if I click, it will make me one. All well and good. And, I can just press on the plus key, and it should, I think, go and make me another one. But that's by the by. It doesn't really matter too much if it doesn't. I can never remember. Yes, so moving on. Aside from the crafting logistics pipe, we also need the actual crafting window itself, and it's very much like one of these. So it's just called a crafting table, logistics crafting table. Here we are, with a stone gear. Wasn't coincidence I had an extra one of those. Crafting table and a chest, and someone keeps messaging me on Steam. Let me get rid of them. So yes, logistics crafting table. So we need to make a crafting table, some chests, some wood, and stone gears. So let's get that on the go. Let's just get rid of this recipe. We want 4 oak wood planks. Let's grab those. A chest. We need one of those. We need another 4 of these for the crafting table, and we've got the stone gear already. So let's just make the crafting table up. And clear this, and then we should have everything we need, I think. Something like this and this. Yeah, logistics crafting table. Let's go and find a place for this. And you'll get to see the new room. So again, we've gone down another set of stairs, and we're coming into another room. This is going to be my auto crafting hall. And this is the lower water wheel. The other one's up there. So this is right above our original room. We've just gone down twice, somewhat like a multi-story parking garage or garage, depending on where you're from. So you drop the table down wherever you want it. And in this case, I'm going to probably put these in the grey concrete section. So one here. You put the crafting pipe. Well, you put it on top. I think you can put it on underneath as well. And then you link this up with the rest of your network, and that is where that gold pipe is going. It's going to upstairs to where the crafting, the chests are. Just go straight up, and there we go. It's linked. Now all we need to do is actually get some things I want to actually create. Yeah, I need to put a request pipe in here somewhere so I can just grab some items from the system. The remote order is fine, but it will always remote order to that chest because I've linked it to the pipe next to the chest, so I don't need any of that going on. Right, so let's some bits and pieces. We want Let's just demonstrate this with some sticks, shall we? So if we pop that down there, this should be a straightforward process. You only need to set this up once for each recipe. It does take a lot more room, of course, than other auto-crafting systems like Applied Logistics, but we're nowhere near there yet. So all you do is you go into the bottom and you create your recipe. Let's say we want a wood gear. You don't have to actually put any items into it. This is just ghost items. Same thing with the bottom. You don't have to bother with anything. Although the upper tier crafting stuff, pipes has buffers. So if we just go into this one, you'll see I have different options here. For the moment, I need to do anything, I just press import. And it's going to import whatever's connected to it, which is this one. And now this should be able to be created from our system. So where's my orderer? So if I choose wood gear, you'll see it says 0. And it's currently set to both down here at the bottom left. If I change to craft only and just remove my search query, you'll see the only thing we can craft is this wood gear at the moment. Supply, both, craft. So if I select one wood gear and say order me just the one actually, let's see what happens, shall we? So we should see some sticks coming in here. There they go. And there goes the wood gear. And that will go upstairs to, because I've used the remote orderer, it will go upstairs to the chest. So pretty simple. Now the convention usually with auto-crafting system is you start to create, there we go, wood gear. You start to create, and I made a couple more of these somewhere, yeah, there we are. All the components that you need to expand the system. So the first thing you create is things like the things used to create these pipes and these crafting tables and these crafting logistics pipes, just so that you can expand the system even faster whenever you want. Now, of course, at the moment, and the reason why I was collecting the wood is that I don't have any way to make sticks, so I could use this recipe for sticks, but what I'm going to do, I think, is just put the wood gears and the stone gears together. So let's just grab the view and put those together, and what it should do now, because I've got the wood gear in my inventory, it should craft both, but maybe I don't have enough to make the wood gear. I'm maybe missing enough sticks. Let's just give this a go. Missing 4 sticks. Yeah, I've taken sticks out of the actual system. I really need a pipe down here to put stuff back in. Never mind. So if I just make up, again, obviously you can craft this into the auto-crafting system. If we just make plenty of sticks and plenty of wood, let's put this in place and put them both in place. Let's go and see if we need to do anything. And I need to craft some elevators down here as well, just to make this really simple. Craft. Okay, 1 wood gear. And now on this one, if I right-click this and click import, I should now have the ability to create stone gear. So if I go back in here and change to craft, let's tell it to create a stone gear. In fact, let's create 2, I think, maybe. In fact, it's just created 1 specifically. That's fine. That works. There it goes. So we now should have gears. Oh, it's gone into the... yeah, I've ordered them. So it's gone into the actual upstairs chest. Up we go again. And let's run over to the chest. Yeah, there we go, and we can just put those back in the system. I don't need them for now. And I'll continue off camera and I'll add more recipes. In particular, I want to create a recipe for oak wood to oak planks to oak sticks, and things like that. And then we've got the wood gear, the stone gear, and then we build up the other recipes of the system. Now you can see how much actual physical room it's going to take up, because that was 4 recipes just to get from oak log to stone gear, and that will be 4 blocks to do that and 4 pipes to do that. So just bear that in mind when you're actually building the stuff and how big you're building the rooms. They need to be quite large to handle that kind of stuff. Okay, so ore processing. We're going to have to get started by creating a few items. And I think I've got most of the pieces. One of the things I need to create is a furnace of some kind. And not my main furnaces here that I use for, working, that kind of thing. Let's use thermal expansion is probably the best option there. Redstone Furnace is a machine frame and some of the bits and pieces, of which I have everything, so we can grab that. We're also going to need some more of our pipes, and we're going to need a specific kind of pipe. We're going to need black module, cactus green, and iron chipset. Yeah, the item sync module. We're then going to need to upgrade that with a gold to get a mod-based item sync module. So you could specify, thermal expansion all go into this chest, that kind of thing. We haven't used that yet. And lastly, I need a book, and the book will upgrade it even further to a Autocrafting item sync module. And then I'm going to need some examples of ore. Iron, lead, silver, gold, tin. I don't have any copper. I'll have to go and get some copper sometime. So what we're going to do initially, I've just caved out some of the wall. Let's put our redstone furnace down. I don't have any power to these yet, so I don't think they can actually work. But I need to get some kind of power in. So on this one, I've set output to the right. This one, actually, I think I'm going to build a buffer system in place with these. So same thing, same inputs and everything. I'm just going to put something in between them to capture lots of... I'm going to probably build these vertically. So we've got the pulverizers up and these furnaces up. And then we're going to start with here. And this is where we go from our existing system. So let's just break a hole somewhere. Like this. And for that matter, do I have any... no, not covers. I need facades. And I don't have any. Never mind, I'll do it later. So if you hook up to our existing system, in fact, let's take the chassis pipe I got, Mark II, and then we're going to hook up the rest to the system. And that should work just fine. We can put the floor back down later. And if I just get to the chassis pipe, we've got a couple of upgrade slots. I'm going to need one on this, I think, which is the Autocrafting module. And then we can configure that and then add in all the items we want. So we're going to say ore gold. And my texture pack may be causing issues here, we'll see. These are supposed to be arrows. They're not. So silver, lead, tin, gold, iron. There we go, iron. And that's enough for now. Okay, so what should happen is if I put these into the system, they should go to this chest and nowhere else. So diamond chest, so the iron chest mod, just the top tier of one. It's just a big generic buffer. Rather than having specific ones for the ore types in oak drawers, I may well build a system for that later if we need that much. So let's just put these in and let's see what actually happens to them. Will it realise it needs to send them down here? Hopefully. Kind of banking on it. Are you or are you not? I'm guessing you're not for some reason. Why have you disappeared on me? I did have those configured, did I not? Unless you've got to click on something else and it's not in my texture pack. Let me just investigate that. Okay, and we'll try this again. And just when I've got these back. And now I'm going to click them down again. I still haven't got many textures in here, so let's hope that this all works. Hopefully this stores everything now. So if I go out and back in, okay, it's stored. And let's just dump the stuff back in again. That should be making its way down to this chest now, which is exactly what we want. There it goes. We see it just popping into the chest. So we've got our input buffer. And then our pulverizer's main job is going to be to drop that into dust, so at which point we're going to dump it into another buffer. I'll do that off camera, don't need to worry. Which will then be pulled into Redstone Furnaces, and then we'll pull into another buffer. And then that buffer I will then link back to this system, probably just underneath or something like that. And ingots, we already know where they go. They have a chest up there. But, you know, over time I'll probably put them into the oak drawer kind of system because, you know, we're going to get a lot of ingots once we start doing massive mining operations. So all of that is pretty much something that you've seen before, so I'd normally do it off camera, apart from, well, how are we going to get the stuff from here to here and here to here? You know, we've got this system, but do I really want to hook that up just for this kind of closed system? Not really. What we actually want to do, I think, is start using some of the other mod stuff. And I'm going to start off probably with thermal expansion stuff. And then we'll move on to something more advanced and nicer like Ender IO stuff. So let's have a look at the duct systems, shall we? And particularly I want item duct. Whatever item duct is called these days. The names do keep changing over each time that I make this transition. It's still got item duct. Okay, fair enough. So item duct, the basic kind, is hardened glass. Haha, I have hardened glass. And tin plate, glass, and hardened glass. Okay, fine. So we're going to need to make the tin plate first of all. And I may have actually... Did I make some tin plate down there? If I did, it should be in my system. So, tin plate. Okay, I've got a couple, so let's just grab two. And what else did we say we needed? It was going to be hardened glass, wasn't it? And again, I want two of those. And regular glass, of which I only need one. Set up like this. And there we go. And we're going to get item duct. Now, item duct by itself is going to be slow. Let me have a look to see what if the recipe is torturous for impulse item duct. We have to go through opaque into impulse item duct? Really? Guess we do. Okay, so impulse item duct opaque. No, that can't be right. How do I just make impulse item duct and nothing else? Ah, there we go. Yeah. So regular item duct with to make the impulse item duct with energized glowstone. So remember when I said back here that we need to have a pair of these for each individual kind of thing? This is what we need for the item duct. Now, I'm not going to bother to start with because we're going to have very low amounts, but later on we will be building a pair just for glowstone there. So they'll make this a lot faster. So we want 1, 2. And if we just wanted to do this quickly, something like this. Now, if I remember rightly, and it's been a while. We actually need an extra item. There we go. I can't modify this at the moment with anything. What I need to be able to do is to get these to auto pull, and to do that we need something called a servo. But servos have changed. The last time I was making these servos, there was just one kind, just the servo. So I'm going to make that to start with, which iron nuggets, glass, a couple of iron and a redstone. But there are better versions, if you like, that add extra features, things like filtering and stuff like that. So I'm just going to get 3 iron, 1 redstone, and we actually need some more glass, don't we? So let's just order some more glass. In fact, just give me 10 of them. And then I'm going to get some nuggets. And what's the recipe for the main duct? So a servo even. 2 nuggets, 2 iron. Okay. Actually, something like that. 2 nuggets, 2 iron. Gets us 2 servos. And I gotta remember if these actually do things. I haven't tried these new servos since they got introduced, so let's give it a try. 1 on there, and 1 on there. And the servo, I don't need to do much really. I do need this to be active, however. Do I need another servo type to do that? Okay, that's just going to remove the servo. Thanks very much. At least that's easy to do now. And that's going to remove everything. Fine, I just need to configure the thing. Definitely not working. Let me just check. It probably could be one of the other servos. Hardened servos. Hang on. Extracts items fluid from something. Hold shift for details. Extraction rate 3 per second. Extraction from singles long. Okay, I just remembered how. Yeah, I just don't need. Forgotten. Alright, be right back. And there wasn't anything actually wrong. I just forgot that the really low tier of servos need a redstone signal, which is what it's got now. The higher end ones, which we'll get to, have the higher end, have the automatic signals. That's fine. So this will get pulled into the pulverizer, which with its remaining power source, which is not much because I've not hooked everything up, should then auto. Well, it's not seemingly auto ejecting, although. Oh no, yes it is. Yeah, it's just taking 3 seconds between ejecting, which will get sent along to the furnace, which will then cook up the iron, and then I'll hook that back into the system. So that should be fine without any further, instruction. And I'll build this up over time to actually do more. So we have ore processing now, and we will get to a better version of that later, I think. So I'm going to put the floor back, put everything back, and come back to you then. So now hopefully all that's left is actually to hook up the power, and I'm using immersive engineering again. I could make more leadstone buffers with the energy cells, but I'm just going to use this for now. So I've ran a cable all the way down from our machines, all the way up to these connectors, and hopefully this should be the, well, I need a bit, I don't know, the max range on these are, but, whoops. Helps if I actually store the location of one of them. There we go. And put another one there. And then maybe 2 more. Maybe just 1. That'll do fine. Hopefully that means that they're going to receive power down there. We'll go and find that out now. And if so, everything should be working, apart from obviously me hooking the system back together. And it looks like that's the case, because this is getting power, and everything's hooked up behind the scenes. So yeah, I can do that, and then I need to put a pipe down here, going across here, and yes, I know this is the wrong tool, not much I don't want to do too much. Yeah, I'll go underneath there and put it back into place, and then the ingot should head across, and we've got a very, very simple ore processing system. So that's it for this episode. I think we got 2 good things going. We got our ore processing system here. It's very simple at the moment, and we've got our autocrafting hall here with a nice view onto the second water wheel. So I'll then go and fill in these as I actually need them. We'll sort out more advanced ways of doing this as we go forward. Things like these other options. Where's my? There we go. Things like these other options and priorities and stuff like that. But for the moment, no need to worry about that. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode 16. I think we're getting on pretty well towards a nice way of getting things quickly, which should get us more stuff done in each of the episodes. The start of this mod pack has been very slow, I understand that, but just the way it's built, really. So we'll see if we can speed things up going forward. It just depends how much autocrafting I need to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.